Baby, you're no good, 'cause they warn me about your type, girl. I've been ducking left and right. Baby, you're no good. Think I fell for you, I fell for you, I fell for you. You got me putting time in. Nobody got me feeling this way. You probably think I'm lying. I'm used to bitches coming right where you got me touching on your body. You got me touching on your body. To say that we're in love is dangerous, but girl, I'm so glad we're acquainted. Oh, I'll get you touching on your body. I'll get you touching on your body. I know I'd rather be complacent, but girl, I'm so glad we're acquainted. We're acquainted. Baby, you're no good. All my niggas think I'm crazy 'cause I'm thinking about us lately. But really, if I could, I forget about you, get about you. You got me putting time in. Nobody got me feeling this way. You probably think I'm lying. I'm used to bitches coming right. You got me touching on your body. You got me touching on your body. To say that we're in love is dangerous, but girl, I'm so glad we're acquainted. Oh, I got you touching on your body. I got you touching on your body. I know I'd rather be complacent, but girl, I'm so glad we're acquainted. We're acquainted. Mama calls me crying, 'cause I won't find somebody that's real. Yeah. 'Cause every time I try to run, the fast life keeps gaining on me. Yeah. But ever since I met you, I couldn't believe what you did. And the only thing I tell him is I'm living for the present and the future don't exist. So baby, take your clothes off. A chance like this, you may never get to show off what you talking about. Unless you like to tease, baby. In reality, you don't know what I please, baby. Blue ball queen, take your fucking seat, baby. I'll write it out now, I know you wanna scream, baby. Better than your next man. And if you're swinging, I get dumber than the next man. 'Cause I don't play unless it's keys, and I'll play all day. You like them keys, we gon' play all day. Wet dream, fire brain all day. I think you lost your morals, girl. But it's okay, 'cause you don't need them. We're going in that 2-floor loft in the middle of the city. After rolling through the city with me, I promise you won't see that I'm only fucking 20, girl. Amnesia, put your mind in a dream world. What you doing in the bathroom? I hear noises in the bathroom. Baby, it's okay. We can do it in the living room. Just in terms of them. The only girls that we fuck with seem to have 20 different pills in them. They tell us that they love us even though they want our next man. And our next man's bitch want the third man. Eddie Murphy. I understand your body wants it. I know your thoughts. Oh, you bout it. You're a big girl, and it's your world. And I'ma let you do it how you wanna, girl. Right with it, right with it. I know you wanna ride with it. Don't be shy with it. I'll supply with it. I got you, girl. Oh, I got it, girl. With your Louis V bag, tats on your arms, high heel shoes make you 6 feet tall. Everybody wants it, you can have them all, but I got what you need. Girl, I got your back, I got it all. Hold your drink, baby, don't you fall. Be there in a minute, baby, just one call. You don't gotta ask me. Right. Girl, pick up them shoes, I'll race your ass up all them stairs. Just grab a room, I swear no one will interfere. Girl, bring your friends if you want, we can share. Or we can keep it simple, baby. We can just ride with it, ride with it. I know you wanna with it. Don't be shy with it. I'll supply with it. I got you, girl. Oh, I got it, girl. With your Louis V bag, tats on your arms, high heel shoes make you 6 feet tall. Everybody wants it, you can have them all. I got what you need, girl. I got your back, I got it all. Hold your drink, baby, don't you fall. Be there in a minute, baby, just one call. You don't gotta ask me. Oh, ride with it, ride with it. I know you wanna lie with it. Don't be shy with it. I'll supply with it. I got you, girl. Oh, I got it, girl. Won't you lie with it, lie with it. I know you wanna. Ooh, ooh, I got you, girl. Oh, I got you, girl.
Just me tied down on the way to the beach. 4 bad chicks in the middle of the street. Roll right up and they all hopped in. Now we in the sand having lunch on me. Told the girl don't let your feet get wet. We about to grab some drinks and head to my condo. You could be my weekend guest. I'm in the head, so I know we about to get started.
Okay, what's good with y'all? How y'all been? Girl, I'm late for this live, but listen, some strange things have been happening in the past 24 hours. I would say, strange things been happening. Okay, what's good, Voodoo? How's Trill? Hey, Latasha. Ha, they call me Hey Eartha. What's good with you, boo? Hey Pinky. Hi. Hey Miss Jean. What's good? Hey, mirror, mirror on the wall, who the fairest of them all? Hi, Miss Gwen. Hi, boo. Oh, that was Miss Gwen. That wasn't mirror, mirror. Ooh, girl, how did I get mirror, mirror? I don't know, but yeah. So today has been 24 hours has been very interesting. Um, Girl, the internet had done shut down like completely, and I don't even think it's working. Um, because when I try to use my phone, when I leave home for my Wi-Fi, girl, I don't get no data service at all. The motherfucker's still crashing. Keep saying try again later. I don't know how wifey. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but they need to fix that shit. Do you feel me? I don't know. It's been strange ever since these Azazu files, girl, which is known as Epstein files, girl. They've been trying to do the most with the internet. The only way you can use it is if you know you got it on Wi-Fi. You got it on your phone data. That it's not working. It's not working. I have been down the rabbit hole so much I don't even know where to start. It's starting. It is starting. It's been shut down. Yes, it's been shut down since yesterday. I really truly I should have put that in my title, but I'm gonna talk about it now. I really truly believe that they're about to shut down this whole system in itself to try to get us to start over like the Great Reset, like what they did in the 1800s and the 1900s, where they did the Great Reset and was able to rebuild and rewrite history and stuff like that. It's given. That's what they about to do with this power grid. They about to knock it out and start everything over and try to get the people from off those files. But not gonna happen because the conspiracy theorists, we're not gonna give up. So, they could crash it as much as they want. Maybe it really wake the people up once they crash it. But it's given they already semi crashing it, but I'm talking about completely crash it where we won't be able to come up on here. We won't be able to use the Wi-Fi at all. Neither will we won't be able to use our phones. Well, I already can't use my phone unless um I got it hooked to my Wi-Fi, which I have it hooked to my Wi-Fi. That's the only way I can use my damn phone, which is suspicious as hell. Not computer. It be on my Wi-Fi any fucking ways because it's my computer. But my phone, the new phone I got works without the Wi-Fi. So it's very strange how ain't nothing working. Many people is complaining about their stuff shutting down, systems shutting down. They can't access uh none of their stuff unless they do be on their Wi-Fi. But I'm talking about the Wi-Fi being shut down, the data being shut down, the power grid along with it being shut down, the whole completely thing shut down. Okay, well we're gonna be in a dark night. Hey Money, what's good with you, boo? Hey Muffy. That's what I'm talking about because that's what it's giving, girl. It's giving that girl because it's for 24 hours. Nothing has been working. For 24 hours, last night everything was fucking up. From the Wi-Fi to the phone. Nothing you could have accessed nothing last night. Now this morning only you can access your Wi-Fi and that's it. Your phone is still not working. It's been 24 hours and things is just being on the up and up. I also believe that it's doing that too because also earlier today when I got home from work, I saw that they finally brought up Trump name in those files and stuff, child. Friday. Girl, they finally brought his name up in those files, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's why they over there working overtime. Uh, you say, hey, all now in the future. Chill, just needs to chill. Just you said YouTube, Google shut down yesterday, and then they say Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. getting online, doing emails, all that stuff is shut down too. Computers was messed up today. Couldn't really access nothing. Then a little later, we was able to access the computer. Uh, Me using the GPS didn't even work today. Wanted to go and try to get me something to snack on. Girl couldn't even go do that for my lunch because the motherfucking GPS is down. So I just went where I know to go, where I know where to drive and get back to work. Instead of going to find somewhere else that's different to eat from. Because girl, it's just today has been a hot ass day. Do you hear me? Has been a very, very hot day. So, and a day where they ain't want to have shit working. Now, I also saw there's right now they're having a whole hearing about the Jefferson House. And I went to my chiropractor today too. Oh my God. My freaking neck hurt. The exercises they did was a mess. You was burning up today? Yeah, it was hot today. But it's in Florida, so we always hot. I'm in Miami, so shit, it's always hot down here. The cold being gone. Okay? The cold being gone. Now I don't know exactly which one I want to go down. There's so it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff to connect the dots with what's going on. I will say that I'm kind of proud. Outside of the other side of where we be, I am glad of the real side. The real life people that seeing what's going on, that ain't letting up, that want justice. Now don't y'all find it suspicious that none of these people has been locked up or nothing? Don't y'all find it suspicious? Suspicious. Okay? Y'all didn't find it suspicious that none of these people that's in those files has been locked up. The CEO of Heights or whatever he done dropped down, he done resigned as the CEO of his company since and the Epstein files. And I'm like, resign? He don't need to resign or retire. He need to be in handcuffs. The fuck? Yeah, it's suspicious, little. He need to be locked up, not retired. I'm sorry, but something gotta give. Something got to give. Sorry, I had to roll my joint to this to thank you, boo. Something got to give with what's going on because listen, it's just too much. It's too much with some files. And yes, last time we talked, remember I talked about the 3 million files that have been um that they have removed from the history or from the files. It's 3 million files missing from the files they releasing, and they just releasing certain files. Also, I saw where it's one with Michael Jackson. I saw the one with Michael Jackson where Michael Jackson has been vindicated. How he's spoken in there about trying to save a lot of the kids. That's what Never Neverland was for. Was that Michael was over there, um, and that's how they got rid of Michael. It's a lot of shit. Okay, every conspiracy that you could think of that they said was lies, girl, came true in those files because from the eating the babies, it's the babies part is the sickest part for me. Um, but I got a strong mind and stomach because I have known this. We A lot of us that have done a lot of studying. of what these people been doing and stuff. We already knew that. I mean, they put it in the music videos when you watch music videos and stuff. Many people don't pay attention because they be too busy, you know, brainwashed by the girls and the way that they dance, and that's why they make sure they keep them half naked. And then half of the time, well, most of the time, nowadays they don't even be singing to each other or singing to y'all. They be singing to the it people. They be singing. That's what we gonna call them, the it people. They be singing to the it people. Oh, declaimer, y'all. What I say on this live. It's backed by the files that is in Epstein, and some of the stuff is not. Okay, some of the stuff that's not backed by the Epstein stuff that I'm going to talk about is just also a part of the conspiracy. Okay, usually the conspiracies are starting to come true, so it just is what it is at this point. I just want to give a disclaimer. Make sure you go and do your own research to get your own facts. And to go down the rabbit hole on your own to see what is really going on in the world if you got your own questions. Hi, Miss Dre. So moving right along. So I do want to try to like because I saw one where they spoke about Michael and in the files. Hey baby, they spoke about Michael in the files. And how Michael was rescuing a lot of kids from the island because believe it or not, Michael, who was took to the island, they took Michael to the island, and Michael said, "Hell no." I want to also bring up the girl Karen that blew who is the whistleblower that actually blew this whole case up in arms. She was a model from the 1990s and stuff. Let me, because I don't, I need to. Mm, mm, Girl, I was going down the rabbit hole too of the Rothschilds. I don't think I'm ready to go down that rabbit hole. Hey, Queen Pisces. I don't think um I don't think we're ready to go down that a rabbit hole just yet. I don't know, but they do play a huge part in the Azazel files. They play a huge part in it. A girl also accused Jay Z and Trump doing horrible things to her. She was underage as well. With the babies. I didn't really go down the rabbit hole with y'all with the babies because I have to slow walk some of y'all into this because y'all are getting used to seeing these type of things and y'all are starting to see what we've been telling y'all. But I have to slowly like walk y'all into it because people ain't gonna be used to hearing people eating babies, okay? Running rituals on the babies, doing sexual things to newborn babies and children, men and women, all in all, just so that they can keep their fame and fortune. Now people are also fought and argue. Um, Y'all say that anytime y'all see somebody with a lot of money, that got a lot of money going on, uh, y'all always want to try to say they're a part of the Illuminati. Hello, Nika. They're a part of the Illuminati. Okay, well, girl, how do you explain them files, girl, and the rituals and 16s and 15s and 14-year-olds, as young as 12 years old, they end up getting their periods and stuff, giving babies. Oh, girl. That's what I needed to get on. That right there. It was a few of y'all. It was a few of y'all, right, that that said uh that we don't have clones. We don't have clones. Uh I do want to use TMZ, but I'm not sure if they're gonna fuck with me if I do. But they got the most views so far. As I see with the cloning stuff. Okay, this like 8 minutes. I don't know if I want to do them too. Okay, cause hey brown sugar, brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar, brown sugar. Okay, so when I was talking about the babies, right? I was talking about the babies and the cloning of the babies and where they tried to develop the babies to be like an adult baby and stuff like that. So the DC Pizzagate was real. Yeah, Pizzagate is real, girl. I don't know where y'all been. I do want to show y'all the baby thing, but you know how I was telling y'all about the new technology that they came out with called Chris. It was called Chris, and it's called gene editing, right? Remember when I talked to y'all about maybe I need to go down the rabbit hole a little bit more um, on the gene editing, but I literally went down the rabbit hole about y'all with clones because many people did not believe clones exist. First of all, they didn't think the technology was here for clones, and I'm like, baby, where did this technology go? It's always been here. I mean, why do you think in the Bible it was with Adam and Eve from the tree? The tree was technology, girl. And you be reading the metaphor, and if you really think about it, and this tree being in the Garden of Eden, and they can eat every single eat on every tree in the Garden of Eden, but that tree. Obviously, that tree had to be because the technology, girl. Okay, that's how I get it. That's how I take it. Technology and seeing where evil stuff, because the technology, in my opinion, is not the technology that's evil in this stuff. It's what people will do with the technology to make it become evil. That's another thing. But anyways, I'll get to y'all another time, another day for that. With the cloning, with the cloning of the babies. Remember when I was talking about MK Ultra? Remember when I was telling y'all about clones, and a lot of people was like, clones don't exist, and we don't have that kind of technology. And I'm over here looking at y'all like, girl, y'all think the UFOs is from aliens, and not knowing that was a government plane. Okay, and I know some people are like, or drones. I would say drones instead of planes. But I mean, UFOs pretty much look like a hybrid fucking plane. If you look at it and if you pay attention to it, it looks like a hybrid plane. Okay, but it's not. It's more like an advanced technology type drone, a drone plane, which they have drones that they fly that doesn't need a human being to fly them. The CIA didn't have those, and they fly them themselves, controlled by a control. So it's kind of crazy. It makes you think, girl, is we in the Truman show, girl, what's going on? Hey, comment up, latte. So moving on from that, they have also in those files in the Alzazu's files have brought up the cloning of the babies. Have brought up the cloning of the baby. Now, I just want to point out that many people thought that this was absurd. This is some crazy stuff because how could you have cloning of babies? They don't have that type of technology. When we were telling y'all about Gucci Man and Rick Ross and Rihanna and Chris, pretty much all the celebrities, even Cardi B, even Nicki Minaj, they do not look how they first looked when they were in living life. Girl, don't come in here with that. Go about your business now. Go about your business. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. So when you look at a lot of them, you notice that they don't look normal. Okay, and some of y'all be questioning when they get the BBLs done and how the BBL be looking on them because in your real life, in everyday life, you really don't see many women walk around with BBLs. Okay, let's be clear. But as you can see in the industry, so many of them end up like Glorilla too. She got her face. She said she wasn't gonna mess with her face. She wasn't gonna do anything to her face. But yeah, she ended up messing with her. She ended up getting her teeth done. Every last one of them, that's the first thing they do. They end up getting their teeth done. Look, Kim, ooh, ooh, I'm gonna get to Lakim. I'm gonna get to Lakim too. I'm gonna get to Lakim. Lakim as well, where you notice that all of their BBLs be giving something different. It be giving demonic motherfuckers. And it just be like, I know you know that this is a lie. I mean, I know you know that this is a lie. Like, for y'all to want to have the, and it's the simple fact that they want something that's natural, but I mean, you can't find a doctor in another human being that could be able to, reconstruct a human's body like God. I mean, I just don't know what they be thinking. You trying to compare your body to what the creator already created and wanted it to look like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then going to a doctor to help them, advance or enhance your titties, your booty, and then your legs don't match the ass. Okay, the legs don't match. When you got a natural big booty, you got the legs to match the big booty. You got the waist to match the big booty. You got the titties to match the big booty. Okay, God knows what He doing when He constructs the woman's body. So when they go and they get the BBLs done, they be looking crazy. They be looking like girl a form off eyes have heels or the heels have eyes type stuff or the left turn movie or the right turn stuff be going wrong. They be looking crazy, and then they go and get more and more and more and more and more surgery, and you be asking like I know that's enough. I know, and then they go to be looking like they possessed. I'm sorry, but they do. I'm just not gonna beat around the bush. They begin to look possessed in the eyes, never lie. If you want to see, okay, and if you want to look, and if you want to tell, if they sold for the riches, look at the eye. The eyes never lie. The eyes cannot lie. The eyes cannot hide. Now they hide it with the glamorous, glamorous. They be hiding it with that. Also, pay attention to the nails, and not just the nails, but the hands. 'Cause sometimes them hands don't be looking human, girl. Them hands be looking like clones, girl. Be giving creature, teacher, girl. Okay, it does not be giving human like that girl, that lady off the wiki. Well, Ariana Grande, the black girl, she don't even look normal. Her and Ariana Grande don't even look normal. Hey, cool that shit. They don't look. You say a lot of celebrities look like they're getting younger. Not see. 3 by 3. That's the problem. They're looking like they're getting younger. They are getting younger due to the adrenochrome that they're doing in order to they harvest energy. I keep telling y'all we are a human battery, and finally, people are starting to admit that part. It's like we are a walking talking, moving battery. Our battery does not shut down until we die. Okay? But when we deal with computers, electronics, and all that stuff, their batteries is not the same as ours because their batteries need a charge. Same for robots, cars, or whatever product that you need. These electronics and stuff being built with electricity and technology all in together, it still needs some type of a battery to keep it charging and to going. Unlike us, as humans, we breathe. So we move and functions 24/7. We are a physical functioning human battery. Okay? And the only time we shut off is when we die. The only time we shut off. But I'm gonna get into the humanoid. I'm gonna get into that a little later though, about the humanoid stuff. Because I think a lot of people think that it's gonna be like Terminator, but different. Terminator is just there to tell you, well, yeah, we're gonna move forward with the robots, but it's not gonna be in the way that you think it's gonna be. It's gonna be more so of them needing the mark of the beast. You're not gonna be able to buy and sell. But in order for that to happen, the people gotta be able to be woken up from the bullshit that is about to happen. that is coming forth. I hope that we do stay on the next as society and get them, because if we don't, they would just go under the radar once again and things will get messed up. Now, when it comes to the celebrities, not only just the way they look and their body look and the plastic surgery, because I mean the plastic surgery to me kind of fucks it up way worse. Like the plastic surgery just shows what you're looking at. You begin to look at that entity and you be like, that's not a human. That's something that is holding the human body more. Because you know our bodies are vessels too. Our bodies are vessels. Like our soul house our body. Once the body gone, the soul is released. You know what I'm saying? Hey, value. The soul is released. So they gonna need us to be able to be a part of the robot. But before I get into that, it's the cloning. It's the cloning. Now, plenty of us have talked about this cloning stuff. Many people have ignored us. Many people have laughed and like, they ain't got no cloning systems. They ain't cloning. They ain't got the technology. Girl, yes, they do, girl. They even can tell them what, girl. Yes, they do, girl. They been lying to us about a lot of stuff, girl. If you think about it, girl, allegedly, like, girl, you know what's the biggest lie? When you realize this Earth bigger than what you were told, girl, and this more land beyond that ice, girl, in Antarctica. I can't wait till they get up to that point. You know, the people just not going down the rabbit hole and they giving us our process, the conspiracies, and they find out the worst part, in my opinion, is the part with the kids. That is the worst part. So it's a sad situation. It makes you angry to the point where, bro, it makes you want to break down. I couldn't read. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I couldn't go no more through those files because that shit had me hot. When I tell you that shit had me hot, I'm over here about it. I gotta go listening to music and stuff to calm me down. Cause baby, I'm over here like, boo, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Girl, I'm over here listening. What's up? Yeah, throw it all, motherfucker. Throw it all. Girl, I'm over here listening to the hype song. So I can get hyped off of that shit, calm down by being hyped and pissed off of them files and literally having to like read the files and read what's in that and how these ladies, these girls, these little girls, mainly the little girls, how they plead in these freaking emails, cry, how they describe the horror of those babies and the cloning systems that they do of those babies. That shit, it will mess with your soul as a human, as a human being. It will mess with your soul. It would nearly tear you down. I'm not gonna lie. It's really from the cloning, the murderers, to getting rid of the bodies. It really tears you down. Someone go into full detail putting all these names out here with people from all these different, and then it makes you question every business that you go to, that you buy from. I mean, cars that you buy, get. It makes you question reality. It makes you question reality because I mean, which we already did as conspiracy theories. You question reality, period, because you know shit is backwards, and you know something ain't right when everything is backwards, like it is. But I see a lot of people who are just like normal people who didn't believe these conspiracies and stuff like that, and to hear them uh test their testimonies or to see their comments and how they sympathize with us and how much we've been telling the truth and how much it tears them down. I will say they're not letting off. The people in the comments, a lot of it's so many videos, so many comments, thousands and thousands of comments. I think it's Norway has got their prime minister, if I'm not mistaken, who was mentioned in the El Zazzle files. They're the first ones to move forth on arresting somebody. But let's see how this goes. You know, they arrest people and then somehow, some way they end up committing. They end up taking their life. What's up with the hell? They end up taking their life. So I mean, I don't know. In order for us to take them down, we all gonna have to jump in. We all gonna have. It's literally us versus them. This is why they've been trying so hard to make sure y'all fight over the red versus blue. Because as long as y'all stay fighting over red versus blue, they can get away, keep getting away with it. But now people are really starting to see it, and then you have bots, you know, that be making me think they AI allegedly. That be over there in the chat, that be over there in the community walls, not community walls, but over there in the comment sections, trying to have it be a whole war about, because it'll be a comment. And you go look at it, no activity. That's the first live they wrote on. Nothing on the channel or nothing. So you know it's a bot, right? Or AI. And it says, well, this happened during the Biden administration time. This didn't happen during Trump. Trump is the one that's releasing the files, kind of like the lady Pam that works for Trump over there, and she's supposed to be the one who's supposed to get. I don't know why they picked her. I don't know why they picked her to be the spokesperson for Trump and his whole team on the government. That was just a whole shit show. The way she threw a temper tantrum and the way that she acted like a complete child, I don't even understand. And then she lied on the oath, and they acted like if any of us lie on the oath, girl, we'll be sitting on a bench warrant or have destruction, justice in this bitch, a perjury around this motherfucker. And they point out that she lied on the oath, and they don't do shit about it. They don't do nothing. She completely ignores the files. She completely, and I'm like, what the- but see, I ain't vote, so I can't be mad. I can just only take what I see. Because I didn't vote, because I'm like, what kind of bullshit is. See, this is why they play in y'all face. And you have people that try to tell me I'm stupid and stuff for not voting. And you wonder why. I do feel good that I didn't vote because I know that I didn't contribute to these evil motherfuckers. Y'all voting contribute to them being evil. Well, they going out here harvesting babies' guts and stuff and calling it cream cheese and stuff. Like sacrificing babies and children and stuff, adopting them and making them become their freaking sex slaves until they get grown and give them adoptive to kids, and the cycle keeps going on and on and on. Many the modern agency, which we kind of knew the modern agency was built upon prostitution. The way they stay half damn naked and gotta never eat nothing, I don't even understand it. They gotta be itsy bitsy and so skinny and shit, and have eating disorders to be so small. And notice that mostly all the models that get discovered when they're kids. And you notice that the model industry have the younger look facade on everybody, even the ones that get when they get the 30, the models are washed up and done. That's why Cindy Crawford was so obsessed with having that anti-aging cream. Now I suspect her cream. Now I don't even believe that's anti-aging cream that y'all got. That's the melon from the melon, girl. In Australia that he found, girl. I don't believe that now. I believe that's some other shit, some real demonic shit at this point. Cindy Crawford, we might have to taste some ingredients, girl. There could be some adrenochrome up in that motherfucker, okay? Because Cindy Crawford, if you notice, she's the only one still in the model industry that get all this respect that she does. But the rest of them has been thrown away like trash. Has been thrown away like trash. But except for Cindy Crawford, okay, except for Cindy Crawford, and you know she sells an anti-aging cream. And she still look very young. Keep in mind, Cindy Crawford is in her late 50s, clocking 60, okay? Late about 57, 58, 59. But she look like she's still 28, 29. She still look how she looked in the industry when she was working the models for when she was back in her early 19, 18, 20s and stuff like that. She still still looks like she's in her 20s. She's the only white person I know in the industry that have not aged like right. Like Sour Milk, which is, I mean, I can't kind of blame her to want to get some anti-aging cream. So she don't be looking like her peeves and stuff. Cause white people get old. They, oof, no offense, but a lot of them, their skin don't be licking, they don't be licking the best. So I gotta understand that part. Of wanting to find the anti-aging cream, but maybe if y'all love the sun like we do, oh no, they can't. Mm. But damn, I don't know what to tell them. But chasing after babies is not gonna help you, baby. It's not gonna help you. That's why they over there looking like they soulless and stuff. They looking young, but they look soulless. Look in the eye, watch the body. Okay, watch them hands and watch that throat. When you pay attention to them signs, girl, it's easy for you to clock them. It's easy. Like I told y'all what happened with Justin Bieber. Now Justin Bieber did his video. Remember his music video? Girl, you got that yummy, 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 yummy. Girl, that song wasn't about him eating no cool. That song wasn't really about him, girl. You got that yummy. Girl, he ain't talking to no girl. He talking to an entity. Okay, these celebrities don't even be singing to the person that done broke their heart, or for us, because we over here heartbroken and went through some struggles, going through stuff. Girl, you found out they not even singing and rapping to you, girl. They singing and rapping to entity, girl. A whole entity, girl. When you listen to them lyrics, especially when you listen to the lyrics backwards. Oh, girl. When you listen to the lyrics backwards, you just be like, girl. No, it's some wicked ass shit. But now that we done got to the wicked part of things, right? With the eating babies, with the sacrificing children to owls and the Baphomet, which is known as Ba. Y'all have many fashion, Balenciana, whatever their name is. They call it Balenciana, whatever they call it. They got Ba in the first four letters of their fucking name. And remember, they got caught up with having kids and bondage and sexual dominance and stuff like that, where they had kids models, which whoever those kids' parents was, them bitches need to be locked up in prison and throw away the key. They need to be sent directly to hell and don't collect no $200. They just go straight to fucking hell and they don't even get out. Do you hear me? Of either allowing them their kids to be put into this photo shoot that they love calling art. But yet art is where they hide most of their demonic motherfucking possessions in. And many people don't know they're worshiping it. I mean, many celebrities like Kanye West told y'all he sold his soul for a crafty deal. He literally said he sacrificed his mom. That's why they can't control his ass now. They keep going over there getting him too. Keep putting him up under that MK Ultra machine because he keep that brain keep motherfucking glitching. He Kanye West keep glitching because they keep trying to control him and he can't be controlled because he keeps glitching. Okay, but he definitely glitched and slipped up the way he ain't even slipped up. He just told it. Yeah, I sold my soul for a crappy deal. So all the people at his concert that they're feeding into his music is feeding into him and it's giving him energy that he feeds off of their energy. All of them are all Lil Uzi Vert, and even though you say his name backwards, it's literally Lucifer. But okay, but Lil Uzi Vert, which is known as real name is Lucifer. Okay, he's another one. So his fans, they all going to him and listening to his music because they all a part of the ritual when they come to his concerts and stuff. It's a few of them that don't really just broke cold and just was like, yeah, you're dirt devil worshippers, little do y'all know. Like, you guys are participating in this sick shit too. Little do you know, when you come to our concerts, you buy our music, you allow us to take. We know music it plays a big part in humans' lives Okay, we know who was running music in the times of the time. So it's not shocking me that many people give up they souls, for the music. Now, if it really people fault, mm, not really though. It's not their fault that they're brainwashed. It's not their fault that many people don't got their third eye open where they can detect this type of stuff. It's not their fault. Now I'm gonna try to find. I want to do the clones, but I'm gonna do the clones in its own stuff. So I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with the Pizzagate. Is what I'm gonna do. Now, what I'm going to do is pull up this video that's pertaining to which is all the way down because I was listening to music all day. Ain't had no choice. Cause my shit was shut down, girl. They shut down the damn internet and stuff, bro. I was down the rabbit hole looking at all my damn Jeffrey Epstein and stuff, but no, they wanted to be on whole shit and and take my shit down. Had everybody over there. Okay, where it is? Okay, this one is like Okay, I'm gonna do this one. Give me a moment. They are streets, but they're gonna wake up. Remember, we have the Great Awakening. Remember, the Great Awakening is gonna happen. So as you can see, the Great Awakening seems to be happening. But hold on.
1994, Milan Fashion Week, the Versace show. And walking down that runway is a woman who looks like she was carved from marble. 5'10", cheekbones that could cut glass. That particular kind of blonde that fashion editors dream about. Karen Mulder didn't just wear clothes. She transformed them. When she walked for Valentino, she was regal. For Yves Saint Laurent, she was architectural. For Chanel, she became Coco's vision made flesh. Photographers lined up to shoot her. Designers fought over her. By 1995, she had her own Hasbro doll. She was everywhere.
I mean, I'm a model. Sometimes you almost feel like a doll. You know, people dress you up, they do your makeup, they do your hair, and I can just imagine little girls playing with me at home and doing my hair and my makeup.
Vogue covers. French, Italian, German, take your pick. Victoria's Secret's first Dutch angel, the face of Nivea. Guess campaigns that defined the decade. At her peak, she was pulling in $10,000 a day. In the 90s, that's roughly $20,000 in today's money, per day. Her best friend was Carla Bruni. Yes, future First Lady of France, Carla Bruni. They were inseparable. The mischievous duo of the runway, journalists called them. There's this footage from backstage at a show where they're just laughing, really laughing, like they own the world, because they kind of did. But here's the thing about Karen that most people missed. In 1995, at the absolute height of her fame, a journalist asked her a simple question: "What's your favorite food?" Her answer? "I don't like food." Think about that. One of the most desired women in the world, and she can't even pretend to enjoy eating. But nobody wanted to dig deeper. Nobody wanted to know why the girl with everything
This is the girl that it's another video where it's like way longer. Um, but this is the video. They actually break it down and explain everything about her in this video. They do a real good job of explaining her. But she's the one who is the whistleblower, the first one that blew the whistle off. And it seems like it's more than just with the Azazel Styles, if I'm gonna be honest. But shit, if you know like we know, girl, the whole industry is fucked up. Okay?
Hated the thing that keeps us alive. She bought a chateau in France that same year, set up a whole program where children who'd never left their neighborhoods could come vacation at a supermodel's castle. She never publicized it, never used it for PR, just quietly gave these kids something beautiful in a world that had given her so much beauty and so much pain. The fashion world of the 90s was a different planet. Cocaine was passed around like champagne. Photographers had god complexes. Agents had more power than most CEOs. And models? Models were products. Beautiful, expensive products that better not complain if they wanted to keep working. And Karen never complained. She showed up, transformed, collected her checks. She went home to her fiancé, a real estate developer named Jean-Yves Lefeur, who helped manage her business ventures. Together, they created that doll line, produced a CD-ROM of beauty tips, building an empire beyond the runway. Smart, strategic, safe. Except she wasn't safe. None of them were. But Karen was particularly good at hiding it. There's this photo of her from a 1996 Versace show. She's backstage, and if you look closely, really look, you can see it in her eyes. That particular emptiness that comes from being looked at but never seen, touched but never held, paid but never valued. By 1997, she'd had enough of runways. Just walked away at 29. No farewell tour, no drama. One day, she was fashion's golden girl. The next, she was learning to play guitar in her Paris apartment, started writing songs, took vocal lessons from Marianne Faithfull, Mick Jagger's ex, because even Karen's retirement was impossibly glamorous. Her modeling friends thought she was crazy. You don't walk away from $10,000 a day. You don't leave when you're still on top. But Karen knew something they didn't. She knew that staying would kill her. 4 years. That's how long Karen Mulder managed to stay away from the spotlight. 4 years of writing music, of attempting normal life, of trying to forget whatever it was that made her hate food and flee fame. Then came the invitation to Tout le monde en parle. Everyone's talking about it. The biggest talk show in France. They wanted her on to discuss her music career. Her 2002 single had just charted. This was supposed to be her soft, controlled return to public life. The studio was packed. Live audience, major network, prime time. Karen showed up looking polished, professional, the same elegant composure that made her the blonde with class. But something was wrong from the start. The other guests noticed it. The host, Thierry Ardisson, noticed it. She was fidgeting, sweating under the lights, and when they finally turned to her segment, when they asked about her music, about her life after modeling, she broke. Not gracefully, not quietly. She shattered. I was raped. Words came out like they'd been trapped in her throat for years. Because they had been. The audience went silent. You could hear the cameras still rolling. The host tried to redirect, make a joke, move on. But Karen wasn't done. By Gerard Marie, by executives at Elite, by police officers who were supposed to protect me, by politicians, by members of royal families. She named Prince Albert of Monaco. She described systematic abuse, models drugged, girls trafficked, a conspiracy that went to the highest levels of French society. She talked about being
Girl, you see Normani Campbell? Girl, she all up in the Epstein files, girl. Girl, she all up in. The Epstein file. We got to get on her ass. We got to get on her ass. Nor motherfucking Normani. Naomi, I meant to say Normani. Oh my gosh, forgive me, your Normani. Naomi Campbell. Hell, I don't wanna. Campbell, okay, is also up in these Epstein files. How many all up in these Epstein files? Do you? I mean, Azazel. Sorry, Azazel file. She all up in there. I didn't hear about Tara Banks yet. Fifi, I ain't hear about Tara, but Naomi definitely heard of. But see, this was in the 19, well, it was like 1992, early 2000, when she blew the whistle on what was happening in the model industry. And you know what's sick is when I also look back at a lot of these artists that was singing for us and stuff, they were kids. They were kids like we were kids. Some of them were kids when y'all were kids. Like the girl who sang, right now she grown. But in my time, she was grown. But in y'all time, she wasn't. She was 14 years old, singing Tender Kisses. And on the voice, you hear a whole grown man. Where do we run to? Boy, don't you even care? Tender Kisses. Gone away. Tender Kisses. The hell y'all doing that a 13, 14 old talking about some tender kisses? The a little over that age ain't nothing but a number. Uh, uh, Destiny Child. Bills a bugaboo. Now they had them singing independent songs that they wasn't supposed to be singing. The songs they had all these immature constantly. Well, I found out that song was dedicated to his childhood friend that he knew, Marquise Houston. His childhood friend at that time at the same age as still was dying from cancer. So uh he ended up actually coming up with, constantly. So they found a way for him to express that song. So with that song is a little different because constantly is really him talking about his friend who died from cancer back then when they were at that age and she was going through it, and that's the song that he dedicated to her. And when her parents them always hear, they would know that song is really dedicated to her. Well, of course, Destiny Child wouldn't tell the age. You know what was sick too back in those days, Fifi? A lot of them kids they had didn't tell their age. That's why I don't believe Beyonce is the age that she is because keep in mind Beyonce was 30 for damn near 40 years. I ain't gonna say 40 years, but she was 30 for a hot 10 years. Okay, she was. We never really know their real age because they came out here with all kind of shit. But when you go back and you listen, TLC, the TLW, them girls, Broken Promises, B2K, no, Bow Wow, Little Romeo. When you really look at it, you're like, damn, most of these artists were children that were singing adult songs to the adults in our lives. We were kids. And your mama thinking that you sleeping in there listening to her music and stuff, and you ain't know that those were kids that were singing those songs. It just was strange. It was strange. Just like how it is in the music industry. I mean, in the modeling industry, they be looking for even baby models, newborn baby models up until the age that they can find them as models. Shit, and when you look at it and you go down that rabbit hole and you realize how sick and twisted it is, you be like, wow. You be like, wow, this world can be so twisted and this world could be so fucked up on how they view stuff. And then you could just look at it and be like, something ain't right. Like, why do they always, and I say the same thing about the artists. Many people have a complaint about them, but they never thought that the artists was half naked like they were, was to keep them distracted from the symbols and the symbolic messages that they were putting in their music videos. You know, the Baphomet, like the only music video they really paid attention to was Justin Bieber. And they really didn't pay that no attention, not as much as they is now. Now a lot of people are starting to realize what his song Yummy stands for. And even though so many people love the song, now they're totally disgusted with the song because and now they're looking at his music video that he did a little different than what it was. It gave a little buzz with Bieber, but it didn't give a lot of buzz like it is now. It did give a lot of buzz like it is now because you know the Azazel files is out and it's exposing a lot of this stuff. So now a lot of people, you know, a lot of the conspirators also is taking them back down that rabbit hole with artists and show them what be going on. You know, so many of them still finding it hard to believe in Lady Gaga, but girl, Lady Gaga be over there dressing like a whole damn demon on stage and witches and warlocks and all type of freakazoid ass fucking creatures, girl. Okay. And some of them creatures you ain't never even seen before, and they come. So that ain't no art. That's some creature in the in that damn demon book that she was over there mimicking and looking like. And did y'all see how weird she looked for the damn Super Bowl when she was up there singing? I'm like, girl, what is going on with Lady Gaga? Is she glitching? I guess because she ain't used to being in her normal looking self like she was up there. She just was the glitching and all that. Like she was out of place. It's like it was a clone bitch. It looked like there was a clone up there that wasn't used to looking like that. It's used to having all these demonic masks on it and these weird freaking hands and those weird shoes. Y'all notice that them weird shoes and shit they were showing they like them heels, the heels that don't have no heels, but they look like hooves. Girl, I'm like shy, but y'all be thinking that that's fashion. They make y'all look good. Girl, those are hooves. Girl, that is you dressing like the Batman. Girl, little do you know those are hooves. But you know, of course, Lady Gaga and many others in the industry made them type of heels look cute. The other the other weird heels she used to wear, like them heels she had in her music video. Bad romance, bad romance, bad ooh la la, oh bad romance. You know the bad romance. I'm doing you and me correct bad romance. Oh, caught in a bad romance. Oh, girl, I'm starting to have this song fuck with me, girl. Break free, girl. Break free from this music. Girl, that romance almost to me. Oh, la, 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 la. Oh, la, 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 la. Wow, wow, ooh, la, la. That romance. Girl, that used to be my song. Girl, that used to be until I had to pay attention to that music video. I was like, hold on now. Hold on. Cause she look like she in a lab. They look like they experiment on her. Exactly what they were doing. Experiment on her. Y'all seen 50 Cent music video in the club when it first started and you see Eminem and Dr. Dre sitting through the glass, but they working and they're working on Eminem, not Eminem, and they're working on 50 Cent in the operation table, and it's like they took out his heart and then they replaced it with something else in his chest. And then that's when he went to doing his thing, and everybody in the club having the good time in the club. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. They try to put it as art, stuff like that. But really and truly, girl, that's them telling us what they be having going on. Those are the clone centers that they be showing when you be seeing clones of them, girl. Those really be clones. Okay? Those you can't deny the clones no more. We've been telling y'all that been having these clones, you ain't been listening. You can't deny it no more. Okay? Because Azazel been having clone babies. Okay? That he got a whole clone facility where he's been out here printing out his own designer baby. Blonde hair, blue eyed babies. He been out here printing out and just discarding them once he do his nasty, disgusting. filthy, rancy ass bullshit. That motherfucker needs to be taken out back and skinned. Do you hear me, bitch? All of them need to be taken out back and skinned like it ain't nothing. Them bitches need to be discombobulated from their own fucking selves, bitch. And then we need to pray and get the demonic entities up out of here. Do you hear me? That shit be, oh, girl. Oh, that girl be making me like, girl, I prefer to deal with the damn robots, bitch. You have to go to war with them than to deal with this satanic ass shit y'all got us going through. Breaking down the human mind with this bullshit. And you sick son of a bitches. Y'all are some sick son of a bitches. Do you hear me? Playing these type of crackhead ass games with people's lives and stuff. And then having these women for the money and stuff having to go through this horrible shit. So this is why the world's fucked up now.
Hypnotized, being sold, being destroyed from the inside out. The producers were in full panic mode. This was live television. France's sweetheart supermodel was having what looked like a complete psychotic break. Or was she? Because here's what's haunting about that footage. What little survived in people's memories since the master tape was destroyed. Karen wasn't ranting. She wasn't incoherent. She was specific. Names, dates, places. She talked about reporting rapes to her agency and watching the men quietly get transferred. She talked about being offered to clients like a party favor. She talked about a world where no wasn't a word models were allowed to say. Thierry Ardisson would later tell the press that she was in an extremely disturbed psychological state, that her claims were delirious, that destroying the tape was a kindness to protect her, to protect everyone from lawsuits, to protect the show. But let me ask you something. If someone's truly delusional, why destroy evidence? If someone's making up wild stories, why not let them air and be disproven? Why the rush to erase? Within hours, the French media was in overdrive. Supermodels breakdown. Karen Mulder's shocking meltdown. The focus wasn't on what she said. It was on how crazy she must be to say it. And Karen? She went home to her apartment, made some phone calls, tried to explain to friends what had happened, why she'd finally said the things she'd carried for so long. Some believed her, most didn't. Her sister Saskia, an actress living in the Netherlands, got a call that night. Something's wrong with Karen. She's saying things, terrible things. You need to come. Saskia Mulder landed in Paris on November 2nd, 2 days after her sister's television breakdown. 2 days of French tabloids calling Karen delusional. 2 days of damage control from some of the most powerful people in fashion. What happened next depends on who you believe. According to Saskia, she came to help her sister, found her in a fragile state, convinced her she needed professional help. According to others, Karen was essentially kidnapped, forced into a car, driven to Villa Montsouris, an exclusive psychiatric clinic in the 14th arrondissement, the kind of place where wealthy families disappear difficult relatives. What we know for certain is this. Karen Mulder was admitted to Villa Montsouris in early November 2001. She would remain there for over 3 months, sedated, medicated, isolated from the outside world. You want to know who paid for her treatment? Gerald Marie, president of Elite Paris, the same man she'd accused of rape on national television. The official story was that Gerald was being generous, helping a troubled former model who'd lost touch with reality. The man she'd publicly accused of being a predator was now her benefactor, her savior, the one making sure she got the help she needed. Inside Villa Montsouris, Karen was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety, possible delusional episodes. The doctors, paid by her alleged rapist, determined that her television appearance was a mental breakdown, that her accusations were symptoms, not truths. French prosecutors had actually opened an investigation. Judge Jean-Pierre Gaury was assigned to look into potential rape by persons unknown. But how do you investigate when your key witness is locked in a psychiatric ward? When she's too medicated to give coherent statements? When the doctors say she's unreliable? Karen's parents gave interviews from the Netherlands. They blamed the fashion industry, not for rape, but for drugs. They said the culture of drugs and eating disorders had broken their daughter's mind. They'd never heard these abuse allegations before. It must be the cocaine. It must be the pressure. It must be anything except what Karen said it was. I've never been addicted to any substance, Karen would later insist. But who listens to the crazy woman in the asylum? Her friends from the modeling world stayed silent. The same women who'd shared runways and magazine covers and cocaine in club bathrooms, they had nothing to say because they knew what happened to girls who talked. They were watching it happen to Karen in real time. Carla Bruni, her best friend from the glory days, was building her music career. Dating philosophers and future presidents, she couldn't afford to be associated with scandal. None of them could. 2 weeks into her stay at Villa Montsouris, something extraordinary happened. Karen Mulder, the woman who'd stood up on live television and named her abusers, sat down with a pen and paper and wrote an apology. Not to herself, not to other victims, to Prince Albert of Monaco. The letter was handwritten, personal, deeply apologetic. She called her televised accusations a cry for help. She begged his forgiveness. She took it all back. Prince Albert, magnanimous in victory, forgave her. Of course he did.
See, see what they do. That's why you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, cause they will take you through that. Set you up, have you out here apologizing, and that's exactly what she did. She apologized for something she didn't even do, and she had no choice but to do it. If she didn't do it, she was gonna be like Orlando Brown. Y'all know Orlando Brown. Remember what he told you happened with him and Raven? And everybody thought he was lying about what they had him and Raven doing. And Raven won't say nothing. But if you listen to some of Raven's interviews, um, and they'll tell her to acknowledge her younger self. And this was it looked like when she was like 3, when she first started out. I think at the Cosby shows when she first started. Um, and she'll tell her younger self, there's some things that you're going to go through. And so much words Raven says to her younger self, how she went through so much trauma. But in the end, she was able to fulfill and make it through. But she went through a lot of trauma, and you could look on Raven's face and you could see when she want to break down. But she does any and everything she can to keep herself from breaking down into telling. Because if she does tell too, she'll be like Orlando Brown, and many people will forget who Raven Simone is. Which to me, I think that's what she thinks. In my opinion, I feel like no people wouldn't think that. People would believe it even more because they know that Raven been in the industry for a long time, and so has Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown was in a lot of more TV shows and movies more than Raven did, and he was very young too. Started out at 3. Um, he was in living color and everything. So he started out as a child, and he talked about how, as a child, how his parents didn't care. They cared about the money, kind of like with Shirley Temple. Only cared about the money. Um, and just handing him off to these people, where these people were able to do all type of sick things to him, and he had to endure it. And then he thought by going to Disney that things were going to get better for him when he went to Disney. Because remember when he got to Disney, him and Raven, they was at what, 14, 14, 15, 'cause 3 seasons. So yeah, they did for they were 14 at that time. I mean 15 at that time when him and Raven them shot. That's so Raven, the teacher I can take. They shot just That's so Raven and stuff when they both was 15. And he talked about how Disney and them had them in the back doing demonic things to each other, and everybody looked at him like he was crazy because of course the media deemed him as crazy, so the people deemed him as crazy, and many people did not, except for us conspirators, to what Orlando Brown said. But many of us always believed him and knew he was telling the truth because he was so detailed. And many people who have went through trauma is detailed in their trauma because they cannot forget that type of trauma. So it's very detailed, which is why they go through what they go through to suppress that type of trauma from them. Some of them drink it to suppress it, get on type of drugs to suppress it. They'll find some type of way to suppress that type of trauma that they have experienced. And he it was just brushed off. Um, you know, he crazy and he don't know what he talking about. Yeah, he got blackballed from the industry, was no longer able to work in the industry and get a job. So he ended up becoming homeless and everybody, still treating him like they treated him. But now I know he's happy that now the truth is finally coming out. I know he's happy there about that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them is, but they're still in that type of industry and they can't do anything about it. Only way they can is if they get the help of the public. Because if the people does not listen, these people will still be able to do their sick shit against people, especially the children. And we can't let that happen. Not against the children. The children shouldn't have to go through no stuff like that. You know, shouldn't have to. I also looked into Hugh Hefner. They talking about him too because they said how he had tunnels, which we all knew about him having tunnels. I think if I'm not mistaken, then what you call it? What his name? Didn't Snoop Dogg say he had tunnels? R. Kelly, I think that's why they really got rid of R. Kelly motherfucking ass too. Cause R. Kelly went to telling shit when he talked about that damn, especially in that song. I admit, I have to go back and listen to that song because that song has a lot of hidden messages in that song from R. Kelly. I admit, where he also talked about Hugh Hefner and the pedophile. I mean the PDL spy class where they took him to these places and how they offer up this and that to him, and he went into these different rooms too with masks and type of parties that he was invited to and all type of weird shit and what happened in the Playboy Mansion because you're not supposed to tell. It's always been the secrecy of the Playboy Mansion, which I always thought that was creepy as hell. And I also thought that a lot of those women were not women, but they were girls, young girls, and they were being, told to the public that they were women, young women, but really they were young girls that were 15 and 16, some as young as 13 that he had there, that he literally was raising until they got up in age. Which I thought that was the sticky shit too, but nobody never really looked into that huge Hefton stuff where, it's the Playboy Mansion and pretty much all the girls, he sleeps with all the girls. They even did a whole TV series on the Playboy Mansion with that girl. Y'all know the white girl with the blonde hair that blew the. She didn't really, was a whistleblower. She just told what they did, and after he died, she told that she was 17. They went into huge Hefner died to tell his shit. But y'all know that she was in reality TV show, the white girl, and she ended up being in the TV show and telling it, and her being a part of the Playboy Mansion, and then they end up wanting to shoot what they can in the Playboy Mansion and show what they can, the big pool, the I think it looked like a wedding chapel or some shit. Which I'm like, who the fuck was getting married in that shit? That might be used for some other kind of shit. It might be used for some other wicked ass shit. Which it was. It was used for rituals and shit at that chapel. It wasn't no real wedding chapel like he had it set up in there. Then when they talked about all the girls had to sleep with him, and then he had his favorite girls, and they were all numbered. And I think girl number one and girl number two and girl number three are his favorite. And girl number one is the main one who gets to sleep with him. If he gets tired of number one, he will then get rid of her, and she'll be girl number two or girl number three, and he'll move the one he feels is his favorite up to number one, and he'll rotate all these young girls out. None of them were women. None of them were grown. All of them were 17 and younger, and they knew this, but in the eyes of the people, that's not how they presented it because they were called young women. Even though they were not women, they were girls, which is why a lot of them didn't disclose their ages neither. A lot of when you notice when back then when they used to put the cameras in them Playboy Mansion girls, um, faces, and every time they actually they age, they always hesitate, and then they end up saying they 18 and they're 19 and they're 20, but tries to disguise them as all of them being under the age of like 25 or 21 is how he liked it. And you could tell that some of them didn't, the majority of none of them looked like they were under the age of 25. They all looked like they was under the age of 18, but nobody never questioned it. Now it's starting to come out, child. Now it's starting to come out. And they were in the calendars. They were actually like his, they were models. Models that was used in the industry. They were like one of the top paid models in the industry if you were a part of the Playboy Mansion. If you were one of the Playboy Mansion girls, everything for you was the best because you was in this big mansion. You have your own room. All the girls had their own room except for the ones that had to sleep with he which I probably would have been happy, bitch. Like, oh, I don't gotta sleep with his old ass. He already looked like he was in his damn sixties back then. Like, girl, what kind of shit was he doing to keep living on us like that? Cause girl, he looked like he was back then in his sixties, bitch. But you know, white people be aging like sour milk, so not all of them, though. Not all white people. I'm talking about in the industry. I'm not talking about the human white folks. I'm talking about the industry white folks. The human white folks is that's normal. Like the rest of us, they aging normally. But the motherfuckers in Hollywood, yeah, licking and licking like sour milk, bitch. Straight sour milk. Straight sour milk. Okay, let me try that one because that one wasn't smoking right. So, I just wanted to let y'all know how crazy this stuff can be. How crazy it can be. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. Actually, I'm not. I'm not. Uh, oh shit, I was on mute. Y'all know my song, right? I'm selling Gucci. I'm selling. Girl, she talking to the global PDFs and shit to the highest bidder. These women out here be rapping about their cuckoos and selling their cuckoos and shit. Girl, they talking to the perverted motherfuckers because in the industry, I believe that everybody is, well, everybody believes this though, that everybody get passed around. And everybody knew that they were sleeping around, but they did not know that there was a whole other kind of thing that was going on, a whole pedophilia ring going on and prostitution and raping and like I said, every sin that they can commit on earth, they do it. They do it. And if you want to keep that money, girl, you gonna have to do the same. But you notice that it seems like these when these celebrities and these rappers be, when they be rapping, it does sound like they are rapping to somebody yes, and they not rapping to you, and it seems like they are. Oh, that sounded like that was the sacrifice their child. Okay, that's not, and then that was Rick Ross' grandson. Oh, child, no, Rick Ross is his grandfather. Girl, I might have to deep dive into some of this. Like, I might have to deep dive into and I might do that tomorrow while I deep dive into the John son. And then now this little poppy boy that's from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, and he was Rick Ross' grandson. So I might have to deep dive into their death. It's very suspicious, I'm not gonna lie, especially with the John son. And I wouldn't be surprised if some things start happening for LeJohn. Many people try to act like, these sacrifices don't be made. Yes, they do. Just like many of these people that tells on these people, the higher ups, and they end up disappearing, like that girl that disappeared, Gabriella. Let me see if I could find that actually. Let me see if I can find. I think her name was Gabriella. I think that's the name.
Welcome to Mexico Unexplained, where we will explore the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. This series presents information based partly on theory and conjecture. The podcaster's purpose is to suggest some possible explanation, but not necessarily the only ones to the subjects we will examine. Here is your host, Robert Bitto.
Welcome, and muy bienvenidos to episode number 299 of Mexico Unexplained, where we examine the magic, the mysteries, and the miracles of Mexico. I'm your host, Robert Bitto. On the morning of August 4th, 2009, television viewers in the Mexican city of Monterrey were shocked and puzzled by a segment on the local news about an event from the previous night that took place outside an upscale Monterrey hotel called the Fiesta Inn. The news clip shows a very distraught young woman who was very tall and very thin and wearing a ripped shirt which read "Yum Yum." The woman was ranting and walking around erratically. Some passers-by took video footage that made it on the local morning news. One does not need to be familiar with the Spanish language to feel this young woman's confusion, desperation, and disappointment. Here is a clip. Following is a transcript of what the young woman was saying from the longest of the few video recordings available.
And as y'all can see, she is saying they are eating humans. They are eating humans. And this is in 2009, and she has been missing since 2009. And she was hired by this elite agency, model agency. She's another model, okay? And she went to one of those parties in the hotel. Y'all notice that the Hilton Hotel kind of like reminds you of those type of hotels or those mansions and stuff where they be doing those freaking rituals and stuff like that, child. But anyway, the girl was literally screaming they're eating humans. She said uh the murderers I understand, but they are eating humans. They are eating humans. And she has never been seen since then. She has been missing since then. It's a longer clip. They only just wanted to show this part of the clip of her screaming, they eating humans. But I think they have a longer clip because there's somebody also in those FE files, one of the a billionaire tech that she accused in this same rant that she went on where she said they was eating humans. She also name dropped a few people, and then these same people back in 2009 that claimed that the girl was delusional too and losing her mind also ended up in those files, in Effie's files. It's what's crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, I do not want to like give y'all the wrong information, so I'm gonna wait to see if her name has been mentioned in those files. But I do know for a fact that one of the names that she called, um, his name has been in the file. He has came up and actually buying and selling children. Okay, buying and selling children, and she accused him of eating humans, and she has not been seen since then. So, I mean, we really have to be careful with this type of stuff because they'll try to come after all of us if they can, one by one, and rally us up to stop talking about this shit. To be honest with you, so on that note, girl, I'm gonna see y'all later.